Today we'll be talking about diagnosing and treating diastasis recti during pregnancy. Joining me today is Lindsay, who is 28 weeks pregnant. We'll start with the diagnostic technique, lying on your back. So, come to lying on your back. That's fine. With your knees bent and using 3 fingers, place your middle finger, 3 fingers, place your middle finger inside your belly button and then move your fingers up about an inch toward your breasts. There you go. Try to just rest the palm of your hand on your belly so you can really get a feel. Tuck your chin, press your low back flat, and lift your head, feeling the space in between the muscles, the rectus abdominis muscles here on either side of your abs. So you feel that space. We measure with the fingers, so you can now move 1 or 2 fingers and see how many fingers fit in that gap. Go ahead and rest, breathing deeply. The size of the gap is the key here. It's perfectly normal to develop a space, a separation between the 2 sides of the rectus abdominis muscle. However, if the space between the 2 sides of the muscle increases to more than 2 finger widths, we use techniques to modify activity to help prevent the gap widening further. If the gap increases to 3 finger widths or more, we modify activity drastically for the duration of your pregnancy to avoid widening that gap. You'll want to check for diastasis recti early and often. I recommend using this diagnostic technique before starting every abdominal routine. It's just a good way before you do your pelvic tilts to check and see where you're at with it, because it can change throughout your pregnancy. If you notice the gap increasing in size and approaching 2 finger widths, you're fine. You can maintain your normal routine, continue the same exercises. If it approaches 2 finger widths and is further widening, you can use what I call a splinting technique, which is manually approximating the muscles or drawing them together and continuing certain abdominal exercises. So we'll demonstrate that now. To manually pull the muscles together, reach across your body with both hands, press your low back flat, and pull your hands together, pressing in and down. So you're drawing the 2 sides of the muscles together. Now lift your chin to activate those muscles. Breathe 2 deep breaths here. Good. So you're facilitating drawing those muscles together, but still continuing to work the muscles. Good. Release and rest. We'll do a couple more reps of that. Pressing the low back flat, pressing inward, and then drawing the hands together on the abdomen in this fashion. And then tuck your chin, come up for 2 breaths. You can do this exercise for up to 15 or 20 reps a couple of times a day. Good. And down. If the gap between the 2 sides of the muscles increases to more than 3 finger widths, this is the safe exercise to continue. You can draw the muscles together, lift the chin, hold for a breath or 2, and repeat this 3 or 4 times a day for 15 to 20 repetitions. While you're pregnant and having more than a 3 finger width diastasis recti, you can't really do many other exercises, so this will become a favorite if you want to try to maintain some abdominal tone. Some women find it difficult to reach around a large belly to draw those muscles together. And if that's the case, you can use a prop. You can use a large bath or beach towel or a sheet. And in this case, we'll place this under the low back. Good. So with the sheet or towel under the low back. You bring the two ends of it together up above you and cross it across your body. So you're holding the left side of the towel with the right hand and the right side with the left hand. And then you'll use the towel just like you use your hands or attempted to use your hands before. Pressing your low back flat, tuck your chin, lift your head, and breathe 2 deep breaths, drawing the two sides together in a binding motion. So it's a movement that is bringing the two sides of the muscles together. Good. Coming down. So that's another option. You can use either of these splinting techniques with the following exercises as long as your gap is less than 3 finger widths between the two sides of the rectus abdominis muscles. In that case, let's start with the pelvic tilt. So we can use the towel for splinting here, pulling it close together, pressing your low back flat, and we'll do heel slide. Slide your left heel out away from your body and use an inhale to slide it back in, keeping the low back flat and drawing those muscles together. Exhale, slide the right leg out. Good. Inhale it back in. We'll do a few more reps just for demonstration purposes. You can do 15 or 20 reps on each side. Good. Keeping your low back press flat, maintaining that pressure, drawing the muscles together. So it's a pressure toward the midline, not pressing inward, but pulling the muscles together. Good. And then relax your pelvic tilt. Release. Let's remove this prop. So we'll use manual binding for the next exercises. Again, these exercises are in the instance that you have diastasis recti, that is less than 3 finger widths. So pressing your low back flat, again, here we can do knee lifts. Again, crossing the arms across the body, using your hands to draw the muscles together with that pelvic tilt. Use an inhale to lift your left knee up towards your chest, drawing it in, and exhale, just take the foot right back down. It's like a marching motion, pressing the low back flat, inhale right, exhale down. Keeping that pelvic tilt and drawing the muscles together. Good. Lowering down and right. Good. So adding motion to this pelvic tilt, challenging your body a bit more. Again, we'll do just a few reps for demonstration purposes, but you can work your way up to 15 or 20 reps of this exercise 4 or 5 times a day. And down. Good. Release. Take a deep breath. Another exercise that you can do is modified single leg extension. You can do this in conjunction with the splinting technique. So drawing those muscles together as you press your low back flat. Good. Lift your left leg so that the shin is parallel to the floor, and as you exhale, stretch your leg out straight. Inhale, draw it back in, really drawing those muscles together. Exhale, straight. Good. Inhale in, just one more. Exhale, straight leg, and bend the knee, lower down. Excellent. Right leg. Inhale here. Exhale out straight. Good. Inhale, bent knee. Exhale out. Good. 2 more. Just for demonstration, again, work your way up to 15 or 20 a few times a day. Good. Last one. And bend the knee. Release. Also an important note during pregnancy, if you have or if you don't have diastasis recti, Kegel exercises are always safe to do, even in the event that you have a large gap between the muscles and are only allowed to do the most basic exercises. The Kegel exercises are extremely beneficial in activating the part of your core that most of us don't think too much about. It's very, very important throughout pregnancy, and so even if you have the 4 or more finger width diastasis recti, you are allowed to and indeed encouraged to continue those Kegel exercises several reps a day. One last thing that you can do in the event that you have a 2 to 3 finger width gap during pregnancy between those rectus abdominis muscles is splinting with the bridging exercise. So if you will cross your hands over your body, or you can use your towel or sheet to perform the splinting. Press your low back flat, draw those hands closer together, pulling the muscles together, and then exhale to lift your hips upward. Inhale to lower down. We won't hold the bridge long in this event, just exhaling up and inhaling down. Good work. 2 more. Good. And last one, really drawing the muscles together, approximating them, and down. Good. So there are a few things that you can do in the event that you develop the condition of the separation of the abdominal muscles called diastasis recti. And after you have your baby, there's also a specific protocol to follow to help you close that gap in a timely manner. Thanks for joining us on Fit Mama TV for diagnosing and treating diastasis recti during pregnancy.